Here's the thing. We typically go on generalities, and I know you guys had something, so I'm going to turn it to you out here in a second as soon as I say this. We understand that there's always exceptions to the rule. We understand that, Bianca, you might not necessarily want someone that's lit or whatever. Fantastic. I understand where you're coming from because I know your backstory. I get where you're coming from. Infidelity for you is not something that's acceptable regardless of the man's status. But what I am saying and what I think the other guys here on the panel are trying to say is that, unfortunately, we keep it real on both sides. Men and women, that we reveal unflattering realities on the male side too. Men typically are only as faithful as their options, okay? A lot of guys are monogamous by necessity and not out of choice, okay? Women typically tend to be monogamous out of choice. Men, though, tend to be monogamous out of necessity, unless they reach a certain level and they're very attractive to a plethora of women. But unfortunately, most guys are not. Most men are virtually invisible to most women, okay? So I get what you're saying. Hey, not all men cheat. Fantastic. But I would argue if given the opportunity and the choice, most men will.
So I used to work for a startup. I did marketing and branding for an app that does swinger polyamorous relationships. Actually, statistically speaking, women are the ones who push for polyamory versus men through all of the research we've hit, actually, statistically speaking. So what that comes down to is that being dishonest has nothing, it does fall into the society pushes monogamy on a lot of people, and that's not by choice. A lot of people, including men and women, are in monogamous relationships not by choice because of what society says is acceptable. Of course, that's what I'm saying. That shouldn't be the standard we live our lives by. Polyamory is okay, monogamy is okay. Being honest, being truthful, that's the forefront.
We need to peel the layers back. It's not natural for a woman to want to have sex with other dudes.
That is absolutely natural.
Let me dissect that real quick. The reason why the girls pushing for it is to satisfy their man. The girls are pushing for all the polyamory to satisfy the dude.
Are we talking about them, the dudes getting fucked? Are we excuse me? Are we talking about the girls getting smashed by other dudes?
Less than like something like 2%, and don't quote me, I couldn't be wrong. Less than 2% of species are monogamous. The majority of species are polyamorous. They are non-monogamous species. So you're telling me it makes sense that every single human is monogamous. Polyamory is an option, absolutely. But to be polyamorous, you have to be honest. You have to be forthcoming. You have to say, hey, this isn't what I want. Most people aren't willing to do that.
Can I ask you one question about the
gender aside?
Can I ask you one question about that stat? Is the polyamory that you usually see, like what's the percentage on polyamory, which is say one male and like 3 females, or is it like 1 female and 3 niggas?
That's what I wanted to clarify.
Because you make it sound like these chicks is fucking hella dudes.
So a shout out to that app. I hope they're doing well. #open. If you're ever interested,
if it's the way we think, they're definitely not doing good.
No, so there are absolutely triads, quad relationships where it's 3 men, 1 woman. It's all of those things, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know the statistics on it recently. I stopped working for them sometime last year, so I haven't been in it like that. But the reality of the situation is humans, comparatively to every other species, are not meant to be monogamous. Not meant to be.
No, biologically.
Man, you talking around it, man. You want to fuck another nigga or what? Like you gotta.
That's not what I'm saying.
You talking around the conversation right now. You say, hold on. You said, hold on. Let's do a poll right here. Let's do a poll right here. Like you told about less than 3%. Let's do a poll right here, man. Any of y'all females would be cool with 2 niggas fucking you, like being in a relationship with 2 men?
We'll start here.
No, I'm good.
0 for 1? You?
No, 1 is good for me.
0 for 2?
Negative, nah.
And ladies, he means sexually, not like just like I know you got 2 dudes, but he means like fucking them.
You getting dick down. Donkey fuck.
Yeah, BBC. YXTC.
Just one. Just one.
I'm currently monogamous, but I say it that way because what I am saying is
currently.
This is I'm monogamous.
I think I understand what she's saying. Like from the OnlyFans girls, like that perspective, and then like from like a high value man perspective. There's 2 different sides, right? Because the women can have a high status and make tons of money and have hella dudes. Like I've seen it, but also
not a relationship level. You tweaking?
Nah, I've seen a
so she in love with 1 nigga and she's still sucking other niggas' dicks? You tweaking?
I mean,
if you in love with a nigga, you don't.
No, I'm serious. Like where we see this at?
Oh my god.
Destiny, I think
I'll
that the
need to
point
drop
here,
it.
the point here is that
I was just saying I see both sides.
yeah. But you got to remember that's an exception. We literally just went around the table and all of you preferred one male sexual partner.
I prefer, but I'm just saying the facts
But
of what
just
she's
because
saying
this isn't
from her perspective.
She said majority.
Isn't
didn't
a
she say
represent?
don't
Okay,
quote
so
her?
again, what I'm saying is, statistically speaking, comparative to species, when it comes to species, so we're talking about fucking penguins, birds, whatever.
Wait.
Okay.
They don't have
Most species are not monogamous.
Okay.
So humans, we have said that monogamy is the standard. So what I'm saying is not everybody is a cheater, but again, like you just said, not everybody wants to be monogamous. Absolutely. That's a standard that's been pushed just on them. That's what society said is normal. So they've accepted it. They're going through the motions, even though that doesn't work for what monogamy is natural. You can be monogamous. Absolutely. 100%.
Would you share your man if your man came to you?
Polyamorous.
If he came to you and said he want to have a,
If we were
but you
married
love
for
him, he
30
loves you.
years and I love this man to death and he said, hey, I can't be with just you. Am I going to ruin
30
my
years?
entire marriage for this person? No, I might
years.
say, I might give that an option.
Share
Absolutely.
that man.
Hold
I
on.
fuck with it.
I got something to say. If a nigga really in love with you, he not gonna want to be fucking on nobody else. He
That's
gonna want
what
to be
I
That's
fucking
not
on
true.
you.
That's not true.
So then y'all
That's
ain't had
No,
niggas that's been in love with
that's
y'all.
not true.
then.
That's
You
not
a man?
true.
Like swans are monogamous and then every other species
Right.
is like, I'm going to fuck 18
If I'm 30 years
others.
old,
what
what
about
about kids though? What about kids?
I ain't
You know,
never
you
seen
gonna
a
have
swallow a
16
Lamborghini.
baby
That's all I can say.
So I just want to revisit because you didn't really clarify when you said like these swinger apps or whatever and
Yeah.
women want to go on. Like you're saying the
So
women.
what I'm saying is from doing work for them, researching for them,
Yeah.
from a lot of accepted testing that they did within the community, that the person who actually wanted to be polyamorous in those relationships that then became polyamorous,
Yeah. Were the women
were the
initiated?
women. They were the
Okay,
one who
but
but
initiated
here's the
it.
key. Here's the key. And thank you. Did they want to have multiple men or was
Some
it
of
for
them
their
did. Some of them did want multiple men. Other of them wanted
But the
totally
majority.
different.
But what is the majority?
I can't
Because
quote you on
here's
the
the thing.
majority
That
there.
and that's
That
what
app,
that's
if it's
extremely
majority
important.
men,
That's why
that app got to be called like the cucks.com. Like, come on, man.
No,
Like,
no, no. I'm saying not within the app. I'm saying within the polyamorous
Shit,
community where there are a bunch of acceptable
No, no.
and peer-reviewed and scientific.
Get what you're
Study.
saying, though.
But I need you to just understand that it makes a difference on it. Who
You don't-
initiates it is
you don't
irrelevant.
have, you don't have the full data. on
I
that.
don't care about that. What
Right.
I'm wondering is who initiates it is irrelevant. What I'm wondering is who's having the multiple partners of the opposite gender.
Okay, but there's so many different kind of polyamorous relationships. So you're saying like, oh, it's the other person wants to do this
No,
or that.
no, my
There are
argument is this.
polyamorous
No, no. My
relationships
argument is
where
this.
a girl
You're
just
talking
wants to
about-
be with other guys.
My argument is
Purely.
this. My argument is this. Simply put, I guarantee a majority of them are multiple women
And
with
only
a man,
one nigga.
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Yeah.
No.
Cap.
That's the thing.
I'm
though,
downloading
how
this
are-
app right
how
now.
are you
We
saying
won't
that?
do
I
this shit.
guarantee
We don't have
you when like
actual
you
numbers. What's the
haven't like
point of
come out
talking
here and
about
done
numbers?
scientific or peer reviewed anything and done anything to come up with that result. Like this
Okay.
is statistics we're talking
But
What's
if
the
we
name of
don't
this app,
have the
man?
actual
We
numbers,
literally
what's
went
point
around
of
the
talking
table.
numbers?
But again, what I'm saying is this
Open.
these numbers
So-
aren't coming
Open.
from #open. I'm saying this is coming from other research that is accepted within the polyamorous community. They've been doing research on this for years. You're talking about Harvard from the 50s and 60s.
I
have
need
been
you to
doing
cite these
research
studies
on
because
it.
I don't
Send them
know.
to
Where's
you
your
gladly.
website?
Because
No, no.
as far as like
Cornet.
women with multiple men,
This
no.
happens all the time.
no,
there are
listen,
famous
listen.
TikTokers.
Yo,
where
yo,
it is-
listen.
Okay, I do
it
have
is
to say
one
something.
woman with
I just want to say,
multiple men.
whatever stats y'all got, it did not involve the black community. That's a fact.
But you
That's
know
some white
what?
people shit. We gonna keep
I
it.
feel like
That's white people shit. That's white people shit. Let's just throw it up in there. White people.
I'll just throw this out there really quick. A lot of the female stats that I feel like she's talking about are not public because we are so discriminatory about like how many guys we've slept with. You know what I'm saying? So we can't make that public.
Mhm.
So what she's saying is the
Mhm.
women are more honest with this app because it's a private service. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So she might have more like statistics as opposed to like the general population and what women actually say
Mhm.
as
No, but again,
opposed to like
what I'm saying
what's-
is these studies are coming from scientists who have spent years collecting data.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll say one thing and then I'll turn you around because I think I cut you over before. Sorry. Yo, I had a girl, right? And for example, and we were trying to get like a threesome going on.
Bitch.
Bro, we use an app. I ain't gonna listen. If I sign up on the app, the shit ain't gonna work too good. You put the bitch to sign up on the app.
Yeah,
She gonna sign up.
Of course.
Now, who really wanted it? It's to benefit me, nigga. So what I'm saying is that your data, you don't have the full data till we figure out is there multiple dicks or not. You get me? Like it don't matter who signs up. To keep it real, to attract another girl who's into that, you probably are better off sending a girl. Like having her sign up. So if you're going on date off, who signs up?
Scientific data is men finessing women into this result. Like that's not realistic. The reality is that everybody favors and thinks about what the man wants, and nobody fucking considers about what the woman wants. And that's why you're sitting here right now saying, statistically speaking, even though you don't know.
I absolutely do.
We don't take a lot of the women's
I absolutely do. That's why
because they're not needed in a relationship. It's like the women's considerations are not needed in a long-term relationship.
Exactly. So, they're not considered.
No, because of a certain reason. Why? Because women want lower body count to get like a certain man. So you don't want to be out here and be like, oh yeah, I want like multiple men. What would that put you? Oh, I had a train ran on me type shit. You know, that's what like they would think of you. You know,
let's just use.
No. I'm just giving an example of what a man would think if you said you want multiple men. They would automatically assume something.
What was your man
like
think?
That?
If you told him some shit
I'm
like
just
that.
saying.
If I told him what?
You wanted like another dick. Feel me?
Okay, but I haven't said that.
No, what do you think he would say? You say you would possibly accept him after 30 years. What do you think if you ran it back the same play on him? So it's been 30 years.
We had those conversations actually because I'm about like open conversation.
You had that conversation with your man?
We're monogamous. We are absolutely monogamous. I'm not saying I want another dick. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying
my girl said like, yo, let's talk about possibly me fucking another nigga. So dumb.
No, that's it. And he said, but that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, it's communication to be able to have those conversations to say, hey, I don't want this. Hey, I don't want this either. That's what leads to a fucking successful relationship.
I mean, but
so, like, we're monogamous successfully. We're not monogamous because I'm thinking he's secretly cheating.
I'm just gonna have to bury this because like you don't like. Here's the thing: between common sense, anecdotal evidence, the studies that we have, we know that women take a large stake in who they have sex with.
Who's we and women. How do you know?
We know from interviewing well over 1,000 women, having the studies, and it's biology.
Are you a scientist?
You don't have to be a scientist.
You do have to be a scientist.
Do you have to be a scientist to say? Do I have to be a scientist to say? Do I have to be
literally populations?
Do I have to be a scientist to say the sky's blue and observe a fact?
A scientist had to actually go somewhere and say this is actually.
But that does not change the fact that I'm saying a fact. Sorry, guys. Chris hit the button accidentally that turned everything off. My bad, guys.
I know, right?
All right. So, okay, where I was going with this was I get what you're saying. You're trying to say that, hey, women initiate relationships that are polyamory or whatever. My argument is that through common sense, anecdotal evidence, and just mere biology, I'm arguing that it's not the women that are the ones that are having sex with multiple men. It's the men that are having sex with multiple women because we know sperm is cheap. Eggs are expensive. Women are extremely selective on who they have sex with. They have a whole bunch of requirements on men of who they fuck. So, and we know women deep down, if I went around here right now and asked y'all for your body count, all of you will be extremely uncomfortable with telling me your body count. And there's a biological reason for that because women know that their value from a marriage standpoint and a mating standpoint is contingent heavily on their past. Okay, well, that might be you. But again, remember,
but I'm the exception, right? Or no, I'm part of the statistics. That's the point.
But like, here's the thing: if you're an exception to the rule, can I finish? Can I finish? The outliers are statistically insignificant because the majority does not adhere to that. So if you're one person that's like, I don't care, I'll be sexually open, I don't care about my past, whatever, fantastic. That's you. Most women, if I lined up 100 of them, are going to be very uncomfortable telling their body count to men that they don't know.
But it's not biological or societal. It's because what society has put on that.
Both. Because women can only carry one child to term per year.
Yeah.
Which means that they need to have a great stake in the man that they procreate with, because if they pick the wrong guy, it could spell death for them from a biological standpoint. Remember, we live in modern day times now with technology and all this stuff. If a woman procreated with the wrong man that wasn't able to protect her and fend for her and get her extra calories to provide for her and her child, she would die. There's a reason why women look for men that are taller than them, stronger than them, make more money, confident, ambitious. Competence is a big component to men being attractive to women. But why is it not the other way around?
But you're saying men run around.
Let me finish. Because women know that biologically they cannot fend off animals and or provide for themselves and their children. They need a man there. That's why a man's earning status and his status in general means a lot to women. So I say all that to say this. What you're saying is not congruent to reality. Women are not the ones that are going to be the ones trying to have sex with a bunch of dudes. We literally went around the table and asked, would you prefer to have sex with one guy or multiple guys? And overwhelmingly, the women here at the table said one guy, including yourself. Now, if we extrapolated that onto mainstream society, onto like a majority of women, 95% of them are going to say one man. Now, are there outliers that are okay with being promiscuous and having sex with a bunch of dudes and being able to casually fuck around? Yes, but that is statistically insignificant in the grand scheme of things. So overwhelmingly, I'm saying this. The men are the ones that want to have sex with other women. The women prefer monogamy with the best man that they can lock down. Men want quantity, women want quality.
May I speak?
Please, I'm done.
Okay. So again, you were saying biologically, women are looking for these things in men to protect them XYZ. If men's biological goal is to run around and get as many women pregnant, women aren't looking for men for those features for protection. They're looking for that to guarantee the prosperity of their offspring, because that man's going to be long gone fucking other women and spreading their seed, exactly like how biology plays along. So that doesn't have to lean into like monogamy at all. Quite the opposite, actually. Because, right? What's so confusing about that?
Because we're talking about the male sexual strategy.
Yes. So if women
the men want quantity.
Yeah.
The women don't.
Okay. Whether or not what they want, they're not looking at a man to say, hey, he's going to protect me. He's going to take care of me against these animals. No, they're saying he is going to provide a strong offspring because he's going to be long gone, because that's biology men. If women understand biology, they understand the biology men. They go off, they go fuck everything, get everybody pregnant. They're never going to see them again because it's non-monogamous.
Nick Cannon.
What you talking about, girl?
Yeah, but they still have a vested...
Okay, let me continue.
Okay.
And then, what was that last little part that you're like talking statistically this and statistically that. We don't know those facts. We don't have those unless you can pull up.
Which facts exactly are you talking about?
When you're saying, we just went around here and everybody said they'd prefer this.
Yes.
This isn't representative of the entire population. You can't say that just because that's what everybody said here.
I mentioned anecdotally too. I don't know if you heard that.
That's your reality in the moment.
No. But you do realize I said anecdotally too. We've interviewed well over 1,000 women on this show.
Again, 1,000 women doesn't aside. We have scientists for a reason. They sit down and they create a scientific process to come up with their populations that they study and then provide the statistics that we use as science to define things. You said earlier, I don't need to be a scientist to say that the sky is blue. You don't. But at one point, a scientist did have to prove that the sky is blue, which is why it is generally accepted. You cannot say
how are you arguing about this when we don't have the full... Like I get what you're saying, but like...
But that's what I'm saying. We don't have the full facts. So why are we arguing?
No. Here's what I'm saying.
Facts
you could actually be proving his point if it's what he said, which I believe. I just think there's one man in the situation.
Think. That's what it is. It's just you think. We all think these things, and we're sitting here discussing it.
But what you said, you quoted what's supposed to be a statistical fact that was gathered by researchers, right? However, it needs more context to actually add to the discussion.
Of course.
Because our point is, we don't give a fuck who initiates or who is going out looking for a polyamorous relationship. We just want to know how many dudes. If it's one dude, we believe that at least 95% is going to be one fucking dick. Okay?
But that's what I'm saying. And you're saying 95%. You believe that. That's just a fact you made up. Not a fact. It's just an idea you made up.
No. But that's what I'm saying. We're arguing a moot point because there's no resolution 100%. Because the stat you provided... Yeah. The stat you provided doesn't have enough context for us to actually debate.
100%. I agree. That's what I'm saying. This point is fucking mute as hell because we're over here saying that this is what we think. This is reality. We don't even know.
So why bring it up? No. It's common sense. It's common sense. We know this from biological urges between the two genders. A lot of shit is
not common sense.
Dude, I am willing to bet overwhelmingly that the people that are having it, women don't run around to have sex with a bunch of different dudes. That is not what women look for.
You're just saying that because of your biases and what you've experienced in life. You don't. That's all you're working from. That's your frame of reference.
My frame of reference is reality. Most women are not comfortable.
Your reality. Your reality is not the same as her reality, and then and that, and so on.
I mean, we kind of did a poll, and everybody kind of agreed that reality.
What about age group? Can we?
All right, Myron. What's
No, this is like I can't believe this because it's like she's literally arguing that there's girls running around.
There are absolutely girls who want to get gangbanged.
But it's a minority. It's a minority.
You don't know that.
How many? Hold on. How many of your friends want to get gangbanged by a bunch of niggas?
I know plenty of people who want to get banged.
That's your friend group, man.
We had over 100,000 profiles, and I could go into there and click any hashtag, and they were looking exactly for gangbangs. There are places, literally, you can go to an island in Jamaica where they all go and fuck. It's orgy. What? It's called, literally, it's an orgy island. Like, that's what I'm saying. There are things beyond you that you don't understand. Like,
no,
hedonism, yes.
I understand that.
Jamaica hedon, whatever
What I understand is that what you're describing is a minority of women that does not represent the majority. Most women are not okay.
Do you know that? And how do you know that? Aside from what you feel.
My whole thing is we're arguing facts, but nobody has the actual facts. So
exactly. None of us have the actual facts.
I mean, we have the facts on how women make select in general, and we have a bunch of studies that show it. So, like, no, we actually have a whole link tree on this, so we know what the hell we're talking about here. Women are extremely selective on who they have sex with biologically.
But this is based on women you interviewed from a podcast.
No. Are you gonna have sex with any guy? Are you gonna have sex?
Stop. Stop. We know what we're talking about. We have a bunch of stats here that show that women are far more selective on who they may select with. They're looking for a bunch of different factors. So what you're saying right now is not congruent to reality. Women are just running around having indiscriminate sex with large amounts of men in gangbangs and orgies. Does that occur? Yes. But again, if a woman left her own devices, do you prefer one guy or 10 guys? They're going to go with the one guy.
But
that's
you
just
don't
what it is.
know that.
I know that for a fact because I've interviewed more women than you have.
Okay.
I have the studies here that show that women are more selective sexually than women are.
Because I didn't work for an entire company where my entire job was to research and do these things.
But here's the thing you got to understand. You were doing an app that was specific to a small demographic
and you
of
were
women.
doing an app. You were doing a podcast where all of these women come on and agree with a lot of what you fucking say for no reason other than to agree.
They actually disagree.
Every night.
They actually disagree a lot.
Yeah.
Which is why we're so popular, because women come on here thinking they know and they really don't. But remember, you're creating an app for a minority of women.
It's not a minority, actually.
Most women are not trying to. Most women are not trying to cuck their boyfriends, bro. They're just not. They're just not.
You'd be surprised.
Okay? Most women are not. So, but meanwhile, we on this podcast have brought women on from different walks of life. Look at the panel right now. We have a different assortment of women, college educated, some not. Some PhDs,
like
some master's degrees.
You literally said you interviewed 1,000 people. Our app had over 100,000 people. So, and that point alone, like, what's more? Over 100,000.
The population is way bigger than 100,000.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So, if we're gonna compare 1,000 to 100,000 to the population,
but they're
which
going
one's
to
better
your
off?
app. You understand that your app is specifically designed,
as is your podcast, to a certain type of people.
Both of your demographics are different.
Exactly, that's what I'm
both
saying.
Your demographics
Neither of us have the statistics, so we're not going to sit here and say this is reality because it's not there.
You're grossly incorrect. The women are not the ones having sex with a bunch of dudes and cucking their boyfriends. They're not initiating that.
A live chat right here, right? With
Yeah.
8 people watching. Let's do a poll. In your humble opinion, chat, do women go on looking for gangbangs? Or do you think?
Bro.
I don't think she's saying that specifically, though.
No, but
some women actually do want gangbangs, and that's fine.
She's trying to insinuate that women are the ones that are overwhelmingly. Like,
I'm not saying that they're overwhelmingly. I'm saying no. What I am saying,
dudes and one chick.
I'm saying from the statistics that we.
So one of our supporters just donated. Brother Beige, $50 says, if you have the time, please pull up on YouTube the video called "Signs of Polygamy." 56 seconds video to show that.
Okay, polygamy is different than polyamory, so that's just a moment there too.
CGA for dimension.
Yeah, but you're arguing that like that women, like, there's women that want to bang a bunch of dudes.
No, I'm arguing against the fact that you're saying that all women.
I didn't say all. I said most.
Subscribe to monogamy. That's what you said. You said most. I'm arguing against that. I'm not saying all women want polyamory. I'm arguing against what you said.
Which is?
That not all women. I'm saying that there may be a very substantial population of women that do want to get gangbanged or whatever the fuck they want, and that's fine.
So no, it's maybe.
You just don't like to be wrong,
man,
bro.
You want to train or what, shorty?
I ain't gonna lie.
She want to train, bro.
You're incorrect as hell.
No,
like,
we
literally went around the table.
Like she don't want to train. She's got a boyfriend.
Nah,
proves my point even more. She's a regular girl. she don't want to get trained on. I'm saying most girls don't want to get trained on. I don't get it. Like the porn stars or something like that. Because I'll tell you about porn stars. We brought them on the show, and they don't want to get gangbanged either.
I think it's just money. I think it's just the environment. Maybe it's just the environment we work in. Maybe we're just around a lot of people that like have different views, and that's true. I don't know, but she also did work for a company that runs an app.
Like, I didn't get quoted in Vice magazine for this. Out of bullshit.
So
like, we can go pull up my article. We can do that.
So I understand both sides. Is what I'm saying.
Wrap it up, man. Now, well, you gotta understand what Myron is saying too. It's like if say there's an app for cheating on your spouse, right? And then you basically use the stats from the app that is specifically for cheating on your spouse to basically extrapolate to the entire society.
It's
of
asinine.
people not cheat on their spouse.
Again,
You know
I'm
what I mean?
saying these stats that I quoted previously at the beginning of the night are not from our app. We use them in support for our app. They
From
are
where?
from scientific.
Can you cite them? Can you
Yeah,
tell us
from
where
where,
these
though?
If
are
I
from?
had a phone, I would love to find them. I don't have.
You gotta get her a phone, bro.
Give me
Yeah.
my phone.
Yeah, because this is ludicrous.
Get her, get her the metaverse,
Like this
bro.
is
Get her
ludicrous.
something.
Yeah, can we grab her phone? I want to look at this stuff because like reality, general common sense, biological differences between the genders do not support what you're trying to insinuate right now whatsoever.
I will
Okay.
spend my time looking for this
Multiple
while you guys
partners
discuss
is almost
something else.
always going to be initiated or wanted by men and not women. Men want quantity, women want quality. It's been that way since the beginning of time. And there's biological and social ramifications for promiscuous women for a reason. And this is why women choose most of the time to be with one partner. I don't know why. Like this is,
All right, so in the
or it's few
meantime,
partners,
we'll
fewer
do-
partners than men
You
can.
can say it's cool. We'll do chats and then get her a phone, please, because we need to see these stats.
Yeah, I
Real
got to
time.
see this, and I'm actually gonna take a look at them. All right, cool. So where are we?
All right, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
That was a movie.